So I haven't uploaded much in the past few weeks or so because I've been very busy at the university in my studies in the arcane. But not that that's finished, I'll have more time to bring you some truly abysmal content and the kind of stuff that we live for here. So here is a little update about things to come in 2024. And I have a lot of stuff that I'm looking over. Like, even though Christmas is technically over, it's never truly over. So I'm gonna bring you some very notable films in January that we absolutely have to watch because they're just so horrendous that we can't gloss over them. Um, but we have a bunch of other films too. We have a bunch of regular horror films, suspense films, just bad films in general that are so noteworthy that I'm dying to bring them here so you can see them and we can review them together. So there's a lot of stuff coming on in 2024. I got some other short things that, short films and things like that that I want to get to. But mainly a lot of looking at a lot of bad movies, which is why we're here. But anyways, now that we got that out of the way, here I wanted to give you a little list of like notable Christmas holiday movies. Some of them are really horrendously bad, but some of them are really good, and I recommend them. Well, I recommend them all for different reasons. But if you want truly bad, we had to start with Jack Frost. We talked about that a little bit before, but it's about a serial killer that comes back as a snowman to continue being a serial killer. So what more do you need besides that? It's what you think of when you think of Christmas, and so that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly how I want it to be. I don't want it to be any different. The other one is Angel Falls Christmas, which is it's something else. It's one of those horrible Hallmark type movies, and it has Chad Michael Murray, but it's so god awful. It's like the characters have no chemistry, nothing, and it's just like they're two robots, and they it's like AI that has manifested into flesh, and they're just acting out these things which they think are normal human interactions, but they're not. And so his acting, the way he performs is so robotic and so wooden that AI probably would have a better performance than he would. But that's one to check out because it's so bad that I don't know how to explain it. And he plays an angel that has come to help a woman who's a doctor. Same thing. Doctor that to help bring Christmas spirit to a city or whatever. And it's the same thing. They're all basura. They're all the same story. But it's like that. But the performance is what makes it out of this world. The other one is Christmas Casanova, and I saw it recently, and again, it's similar. The whole movie, it's like it's all cliches, whatever. And so, and she has a podcast, and then he's like helping her with the podcast, and then they get together, and it all kind of same kind of stories. But the thing that really made me think nobody knew what they were doing on this were two things. First thing is when they're filming, and they're reframing, depending on where the characters are at. They do a lot of camera work that is just confusing. So instead of focusing on everybody in the image, so let's say you have the three people here, one person, one person, one person. Instead of focusing on everybody in the image, like a normal civilized person will do, the camera person focuses on this person, then they change the focus to this person, they change the focus to this person, they change like every 2 seconds, depending on the dialogue, the camera's refocusing on other people. So this one person will be this person will be blurry, and then they'll be in focus. Then they'll be blurry, and they'll be in focus. Then these two will be blurry, and they'll be in focus. That's fine. Like if you do that, a lot of movies do that. There'll be like one person in the background, one person here, and a focus between the two of them, like depending on what they're saying or depending on the mood. But in this case, there's just no reason for it. They say one piece of dialogue and they'll refocus and they'll refocus and they'll refocus and back and forth like 1,000,000 times, and it's just like, why? Like it's just not to show emphasis on anything. It's just doing it because it's just we can't see that person. Let's focus over here. Let's focus over here. Like it's just I don't know what the point of that is. And so a normal person would just would do anything else. But if a simple thing would be just have the whole frame in focus, and then an important part where one person is speaking, focus on them, and then after they finish their monologue, whatever, focus on the other person, and that's it. Don't keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's so like not good. It's so amateurish, and so that was the one thing that got me irritated. But the other thing that is probably even worse than that is in the very beginning of the film, in the first 20 seconds, I knew it was gonna be a disaster because the two people, the main character and then some other woman there, they're fencing, and they're wearing no protective gear. They're not wearing anything on them. They're not wearing any helmets, any masks, nothing. They're fencing with like a white clothes, white shirt, white pants, and nothing like that. So it's just how stupid do you have to be to do something like that? Fencing with swords. I don't. That's how you know they didn't know what they were doing, because nobody in their right mind will ever fence with no mask or no helmet and no protective gear, nothing like that. They were wearing no protective gear. Nobody is going to do that. Nobody. So I knew in the first 20 seconds this was gonna be a good movie. So the next one is another horrible one, and it's Just Like a Christmas Movie, and it was kind of interesting because at first I'm watching it like, okay, what's this all about? But she's supposedly trapped in a Christmas movie, like it's meta. And so, it's dumb and stupid and very predictable. I already knew the movie was going to end, like just a little bit into the movie, I already knew where it was going. And but it's so dumb. Like it's like, it's meta, yeah, but it's so cliche meta, and it knows that it's cliche. Like it's like, oh, this is the part where we do this in the movie. This is the part where we do this in the movie. And it's like, okay, and it's still stupid. So that's another notable one. I don't know if the Hallmark, but it's like that kind of movie, where you can expect a certain kind of quality to these movies. So those are a few notable ones that I came across recently, which if you want to see like spectacular, like abysmal things, you can go ahead and check those out. And my recommendation, however, will always be Jack Frost. That's just something else. But if you want to look for something good, Die Hard. Die Hard's always been a holiday movie. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It takes place on Christmas. There's a Christmas tree. It's a Christmas movie. So that's it. Muppets Christmas Carol. I watch that all the time. It's very good. Like for real, it's not even a joke or anything. It's very good. So definitely check that out if you haven't. It's a Wonderful Life. There's a lot of those classic movies that definitely I recommend. The Addams Family movie, well, no, from the 90s, not from the new ones, not those. In the beginning there's Christmas carolers, and then they pour like hot oil on them or something to drive them away, and so it has 10 seconds of Christmas Carol, so it's a Christmas movie. That why not? And so there's just a lot of stuff. Phantom of the Opera. The Broadway recording. There's a part where she goes to the graveyard and there's snow and it's cold and there's trees. So that counts. That's a Christmas movie too. So there's a lot of stuff, out there that people may not think they're Christmas movies, but I guarantee you they are. You just have to look closer and you'll see it. You'll see it in there. But anyways, those are some notable movies. Some bad, some very bad, and some very good. So take your pick. I recommend them all for different reasons. But there you go. And so we got a lot of stuff coming up next year, and I hope to see you there.